know.
How much did you know, or do you know, about how it would turn out, or what we might find out at the end?
Nothing.
No?
We got every episode right before we shot every episode, so the showrunner really kind of kept all the secrets close to her.
Does that make you like, oh my god, I think I'm the person? Or do you feel that way with every passing episode, like maybe it's me?
I think at a certain point we all had that moment.
And are you disappointed if it's not you?
Yeah, that's a good question. But you're not going to get an answer to.
I try.
No, but there's, yeah. I knew a little bit more. Maybe I'm stroppier than the rest, but I wanted a bit more information. And to be honest, for me to do my job, I felt like I needed a bit more information. So I got it. Which I'm not going to tell you what it was, but I knew a lot.
But by the end of the season, everything will be resolved.
Yeah. Everything at the end of the season will definitely be resolved, but it won't be resolved until the last 10 minutes of the last episode.
Yeah, it doesn't drag on. That was my number one concern for the show was, is it going to be open-ended? Will everything be tied up? Will the viewers have wasted 13 hours of their life? Because there's so much good TV out there right now. But when we read the last episode, we all were like, wow, that was good. Nobody saw it. It was good.
And Karen has a really messed up personal life. Your wife just left with the drug dealer, the dad, and your son is like a budding serial killer. Talk about that aspect of your character.
Sure. My son is starting to show genetics of old behavior. It may have come from me, or may have come from our family tree, and he's starting to show things. Garrett has a line in episode 2 where he says, "You were a little bit like that too," and that goes into some old behavior that is starting to come out through your son. And I think that everyone that's a father, I'm not a father, but you start to see odd behavior in your child and you try to tell him how to behave. But it's kind of goes to the next level with Jack.
Flashbacks with Garrett, or is it all going to stay with him?
As the series progresses, a lot of what's happened to Garrett in the past 14 years, as well as what happened prior to his departure, that'll all get unpacked. There's one episode in particular where a lot of that gets dealt with, and it's not because it was me, it's actually one of my favorite episodes. Just the way that the story is structured, with the past and the present colliding, that kind of worked for me. So it'll all come out.
So you said that you get the scripts and that's when you know, but because back then you had that heavier beard, did they have to put you on a fake beard, or did you shoot it?
Well, that was really me. It looks fake, but that was me. Ironically, on the last season of Banshee, I started off with a giant beard that everyone thought was real, but it was fake. There you go. No one knows shit.
But what struck me about the show is how funny I found it, and I wasn't expecting it to be so funny. And there's a lot of like dark humor. And was that something you knew would be a part of it going in, or was that a surprise to you?
When I talked to Corinne, I said, what's the show like? What's the tone? I think that's what everyone wants to know is what line do you walk? Because you could walk in a very dramatic tone, you could make fun of it in a farcical way. And she kind of said something in the world of Fargo. And I was like, cool, that's great. That could be a great show.
So all your interactions with your son seem to follow that line in Fargo.
Yeah.
Yeah, Justin's character definitely carries a lot of that humor, right? Like I'm not making many jokes. I'm quite serious, and he's got good reason to be serious, as you'll see. But he's just as funny and light, and he's got a great way of splitting just walking the line between going too far and keeping it real. And So he's carried a lot of that.
I relate to the family dynamic too. Like, there's moments where make it up to Cash and you're going to give it to him to check. Like,
What's that?
it's just the family dynamics. I love how quickly you kind of felt that from the beginning. Even Garrett coming back hasn't been there, but he steps in to be a brother again.
Right.
What's that been like, building that relationship and the relationship with the sisters?
It's been pretty great. You know, from my point of view, it's been pretty great. We've been really fortunate to have a really great bunch of people come together. Look, I know it's a fucking... All casts sit here and go, the cast is great. And we sound like twats and like we love each other. And it's never the case. There's always someone that everyone hates. And usually... I never know who it is, so it's usually me, right? But quite genuinely, there's like we all get on reasonably well. I don't know if we get on like a family, like we fight sometimes, and maybe that is family-ish. But you know, in a creative sense, in a work environment, you need to have some good kind of chemistry with each other, and I think we've all got that. It's not to say that it's all love and flowers, but you know, I think it's important not to be like that.
It's scene by scene. If it's a fight scene, we come in fighting on the day, and we'll fight about craft service or something, and then bring it into the scene. If it's a loving scene, it'll be a loving day. It's just really what the scene's about. But we all love what we do. We love telling stories, creating characters.